Hi guys, this is Diya and welcome to Mom and Me. Today I'm so excited as I want to thank you all for so much love in my last video. All the messages really uplifted my spirits to sky 9. Though I loved all the comments, one comment specifically caught my attention. It said every video is a story and I loved that thought. So today I'm going to share a story of how I finally got my manifestation of this laundry or utility room makeover done, and later also show you how it looks after the renovation and what changes, especially in the energy I can feel after we got it renovated. We bought this house in 2015, and though the kitchen of this house was very nice and big and airy, the laundry room was not in a good state. But we thought we can renovate the laundry room anytime in future. So we went ahead and bought this house. But even before we could move into this house, I was pregnant with my first child, Dhyani, and then second child, and then we were on the single salary all these years. So we actually never got around to renovate this room. But I never really liked the look and feel of this room. The hanging open shelves look cluttered, and as they say, you only throw the rubbish where there already is rubbish. I used to do the same. I stored all my clutter here, and honestly, I hardly showed this room in my vlogs as I myself didn't used to like this room. Maybe because it had claustrophobic energies, no fresh air, we never opened the door leading to the side yard. I never even considered this room as part of my home, except the fact that I had washing machine there and I used to come here to load and unload the washing machine. So for around 10 years, we did not renovated this room. We are on a single salary, and sometimes you do have to think twice about incurring such huge fixed expenses. But it was always on my mind. And honestly, my husband and I never really discussed the possibility of renovating this room except in the initial phases of when we bought the house. Many years went by. I did think of having a nice and beautiful Pinterest style laundry room, and I did save some pins on the Pinterest, but that's about it. I knew it will happen one day for sure. Not sure when. I left it on time. Now, let's fast forward to the last quarter of year 2022. So, we planned a trip to India, and before that, I was deep cleaning all my appliances as we were going to shut them all and cut off the power as we were away for good 3 months. I also shared this view in one of my vlogs and received a lot of suggestions not to turn the fridge off as it will break down. It has happened to so many people, and it can happen to you. You will end up into incurring a big expense. So all of those messages were coming in, but by then I had already planned. We had already taken the decision, so we did that and we went to India. When I came back, my fridge was alright, fingers crossed, it was alright. But my dishwasher had broken down, maybe because it was old and it wasn't being used for so many months, and it had broken down. And guess what? When I was in India, I was once discussing with my mother-in-law how my kitchen always has accumulated dirty dishes if I do not keep washing them or immediately load into the dishwasher. And I wish I had a chokri or utility space just like you have one in India, and so that I can collect dirty dishes there till I'm ready to clean them. Well, my husband at that time was not in India, as he had already returned to Australia to resume work. So he had no idea about this discussion, and neither me or my mother-in-law we discussed with him. It was just like a casual talk, and we did it, and it was all done and dusted there. Cut to when the dishwasher broke. My husband and we went and bought a new dishwasher the next weekend. And still we had no plans whatsoever to renovate this room. But suddenly, when he was arranging for a handy guy to come and install it, he had a thought. And he told me, why don't we renovate the laundry room and install the dishwasher in that room? I jumped with surprise and said, yes, that's what I was thinking all the time, but I didn't tell you. And I would be super duper excited to finally have a new laundry room. Then he did some calculations, he asked for some quotations and agreed to renovate this space. And this is how the renovation journey started. And you know what, guys? This is just a small and silly story, but it can teach us something important. If you wish for something and just leave it on the right time, then you do get it when the time is right. It teaches us the importance of manifestation and patience and letting go of things, and try not to control everything in your life. Sometimes the fun is in letting go and not trying to control every aspect of your life. I'm doing the same in my life at the moment, letting go of my attachment to so many things that I used to cling on, including YouTube. And I just want to wait and see what happens. Do they disappear from my life, or do they shine bright or brighter? So these are some before clips of my laundry room and the plan how we thinking to renovate this space. So as you can see, it was a very messy and cluttered room. We had this 4-ton water heater in the corner of this room, which was occupying a lot of space. It made this room look very small too. So the plan was to first remove this water heater outside this room into the backyard. Next were these open shelves. These were here from the previous owners, and I think these kind of shelvings makes a place look very cluttered. So they have to go as well. It only adds to visual clutter, and no matter how much and how many times I organize them, they always end up looking this messy. So certainly they are going away as well. Also, because I'll have hanging cabinets up there, they have no space left to be here. Next is this door, which was made very ready to be painted, but somehow it never got painted and has this weird teal color. So we will paint this one. In fact, the entire room needs a fresh paint, so my husband will paint it himself. Last but not the least, this sink. I have only opened it few times in this 10 years that we have been living in this house. It is so dirty from inside, and for some reason I always get very negative vibes from this sink. So I never bothered using it a lot or even opening the bottom cabinet. It is all rusted and dirty from inside and very dark. It's like a gufa that I'm scared to open. This wall next to the door, I plan to use this vertical space. I don't want to have any cabinets there, but I want to hang laundry basket, my vacuum and mops on this wall. I want everything to have a designated spot. Lastly, these beautiful yellow tiles, they have to go as well. Not only they're very hard to clean, but they look very odd, don't they? And the color does not go with the entire theme or the calming vibe of my house. So we want to replace them. But replacing the tiles means we need to get a tiler. And at this stage, I do not want to get the dust, the construction dirt and dust into my house. So we're gonna go for stick-on tiles. We saw many options on Amazon and found the one that I was looking for. I wanted to go for a white base, but with some print on it, and I found exactly what I was looking for. We have this white washing machine, and the dishwasher that we bought is silver because of course we didn't had any plans that dishwasher will go into this space. Otherwise we would have bought a white one. But so there is a mismatch here, but I guess it's okay. It's no big deal and I can live with it. So after waiting for a few more weeks, the work finally started and we got the plumbing work done. First and foremost, the huge water heater was removed and it was moved outside the laundry room into the backyard, actually the side yard. This created a lot of space into this room. Next step was to remove the sink and the taps and patch that wall where the old taps were, as I want the mixer tap which will come straight from the sink, and see how bad the sink area was. There are bugs behind the sink and this is where I could never reach or clean, and no wonder I used to get these negative vibes from this sink. So once the plumbing work was done, next step was to take the shelf off and paint the room. This step was done by my husband. I love the fact that my husband always supports my ideas and decisions and help me to achieve them, even if it means my idea brings him more labor. He did 2 coats of paint over few weekends. He prepped, then painted. I did help him to paint the door frame a little bit, but he did majority of it, 95% of it. So I'm not gonna take the credit. He has done it all. Though I did promise him I'll help him, but I backed out. Then the contractor came and installed the furniture over 2 days. And this is the first look of how the cabinets look. I think they look amazing. Do let me know if you like them. But maybe wait for the final tour. There are 2 overhanging cabinets and 2 overhanging shelves to keep the basic day-to-day requirements. After the cabinets were installed, last step was to stick the tiles, for which I had to thoroughly clean the tiles. Because before the tiles are sticked onto the wall, the floor needs to be super duper clean. We decided to install the same stick-on tiles on the splash back as well. And this is the final look of the room. Do let me know now, how does it look? Now, so that you've seen the room, let me show you how have I organized it and what changes I feel after we got this room renovated. Let me give you a small tour of this laundry cum utility room. So as soon as you enter, you can see I have this white stone bench top. I love white bench top for 2 reasons. It looks beautiful, no wonder. And secondly, when I am filming recipes, it gives me a good white background to shoot on. I can take thumbnails, I can show the final result of the recipes, and which I did not used to do on my brown greeny benchtop that I have in the kitchen. So I told my husband that I want white benchtop. Now this laundry room was renovated much before than my last video. So please don't cross connect both the things. This is a very old video. Underneath the bench top, I have both the appliances, dishwasher and washing machine. I know it's not a norm to have both of them installed together in the same room, but I have no issues with it personally. I actually prefer them together. In the morning, I start the washing machine, empty the dishwasher, refill it. All the work is happening together, so I like it rather than moving around from one room to another. Next to the washing machine is a cabinet which I have dedicated to extra groceries. You know that a little bit extra that is always left in the plastic bag and you need a spot to store them? This is where it all goes. On the left of the dishwasher, which is my under sink cabinet, which has all my cleaning essentials, microfiber cloth, laundry detergent, cleaning vinegar and so on. Talking about the sink, I want to show you this huge and beautiful black sink. I was very sure about one thing when we were hunting for a sink for this room, is that I want a wide, big and single bowl sink. Color and material were not my preference. I was okay with any material, whether it was ceramic or whether it was porcelain, whether it was stainless steel. I was okay with the material and the color, but one big single bowl was priority, as I used to always have problems washing big pressure cookers or idli cooker in my kitchen sink. Also, I can let the dirty dishes sit here for few hours till I am ready to stack the dishwasher without worrying about no space in sink for dishes to fit. So I love the fact that as soon as I am done cooking, I quickly clean up my kitchen, put all the dishes here. Now this is like my chokri. I love it. Now talking about the top cabinets, I have dedicated the top cabinets for random stuff like extra crockery, table napkins, kids' book, coloring books, reading books, bedtime stories. All of it goes on the top shelf. Pretty much anything that was cluttering my kitchen countertop, I have moved them here. So they are easily accessible as well, and they do not add to the visual clutter in my kitchen. Lastly, let me show you these two open shelves. They are so handy, I can't even tell you. Everything I need on daily basis, it's here. Like dish tabs, stainless steel cleaning spray. I sometimes spray mold cleaner in the drain hole to get rid of grease. So it's here. Our hair oil, dish soap and plant food. Everything is here. I've also kept indoor and outdoor plant watering cans here as they're easily accessible and I don't miss on watering my plants now. And sea salt, which is again plant fertilizer. Lastly, I want to show you how have I used the back wall. So I have a vacuum cleaner here and my mop machine as well. Both of them installed here for easy access. Next to them is the mop bucket and extra brooms, which I have sticked on the wall using this broom holder. This little nook is perfect for my mop bucket as if it was made keeping in mind the bucket size. It does not disrupt or come in the way when I open the door of this room, so it sits behind all the time. One problem that I was facing was that the laundry basket was lying on the floor at all times, which was being kicked by myself or my kids here and there, depending on which cabinet we want to open or which appliances we had to open. So I had to do something about it. So I used the same wall, the vertical space. I used a no drill hook and hang the basket on the wall. This wall especially may not look like a Pinterest laundry wall, but I only kept functionality and practicality in mind and not the aesthetics. Sometimes the functionality is lost when you are focused too much on the aesthetics. Because I am using it on in day out basis, so I want this room to be as functional as possible. Now let's come to my laundry door. I leave this door open almost whole day now as I love the fresh air it brings into my kitchen. Can you imagine it's the same door that was shut since 10 years and had no importance in my life whatsoever, and now it's my favorite one. Wow, times change, right? Anyway, let me take you outside and show you my plants. So this is what I see when I'm doing the dishes or loading, unloading my appliances. I love these plants and I come out here at least once a day to check on the plants, to de-weed them or to water them, to give them plant food, but I would at least come out once, if not more. I will tell you actually something amazing. These money plants were not here before. I have moved them around the backyard many times. Sometimes near where there is Buddha fountain, sometimes in my front porch, sometimes outside the garage door, but never ever they turned into a healthy and flourishing plant. They were actually dying. All four of them always struggled, and at a point I thought they will die. As they were very skimpy, they turned yellow, the leaves were falling or they were burnt black, hardly any leaves, and they were turning dry as well. And then when we did this laundry room, renovated it, I thought, okay, I need some greenery outside. And the only option I had was to put these plants here. So I finally moved them here. Here too, it's a very hot spot. So I had no hopes that they will survive. But I thought, okay, let's give it a go. But this time around, I made sure I visit them once a day and see if they need watering, take the weeds off, and if there are any dry leaves, I would just pick them out so that it does not consume a lot of energy from the plants, because as it is they were dying. And if not anything, I would just dig and aerate the soil. Every alternate week, I would give them some sort of plant food, whether it's sea salt or whether it's slow fertilizer that I have kept in the laundry room for easy access. And guess what? within 4 weeks, they turned from skimpy to healthy. And they showed such fast growth. They turned into green from light yellow, and that made me realize that they needed some love and attention and care. I used to just water them regularly and think, okay, I've done my bit. But that's not it. They were so sad, maybe, but when I took care of them, they flourished. That made me think, isn't it exactly what we do to our relationships sometimes? We only give them the bare minimum, just like water. And then we think, why is it falling apart? Why is there so many problems? Why it's not flourishing? Maybe we need to stop and think, what special care can I give to a broken relationship for it to revive and flourish, just like these plants? So guys, this is all I have to share today, and I'm going to leave you on this thought. Think about it. Think about the relationship and the plant connection that I spoke about, because whenever I see these plants, I do actually think about that. So I'll leave you guys on this thought, and I'll see you with another video very soon. Bye for now.